Hi everybody, welcome to the Creative Card Club. This is Julie and I hope everybody is doing really great today. I'm trying to get set up here to see if I can see comments. Should be able to, I don't know. I hope everybody is doing great and everybody's getting geared up for the holidays. I wanted to showcase this amazing project from the Creative Card Club. This is our Merry Christmas. It is so amazing. Let's see here. Bear with me on the camera. See all the little sparklies? Oh, I love it so much. So I'm going to show you how to put this together using our kit, the Creative Card Club kit. This is Merry Christmas. Okay. So this is what you would get if you purchased this kit. It's on our website. If you look up Creative Card Club, you do a search for Creative Card Club, you will find this a page of kits, and this is just one of them on there. So, but this is a great project for a quick and easy card. I was just talking with my friend Roxanne, and she's like, oh, that would be such a great card for this person. So you go along, you meet somebody, and you're like, hey, oh my gosh, I forgot to make a card for so-and-so. These are so great to have on hand. So you can either join the club. With the club, you get all kinds of goodies with your kit. You get 4 cards to make every other month, and you get like little extras. Like you'll get a stamp set. You get like some extra embellishments, etc. So it's a really fun club, and we'd love for you to join. If you want to join, you can go to our website and click on the second slider, and it will take you to the page. Eventually, we will get a link directly on our page for the Creative Card Club. Okay, so let's get started. Let me grab, I tend to use computer paper, so here we go. Here's my piece of computer paper that we'll use to create this card, and I'll just keep this over here so we know what we're doing here. Okay, so I have already gone ahead and sparkled up our snowflakes. So for some reason, maybe comments aren't on. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any comments. So sorry about that. So I've already used, and if you receive the kit, the every other month kit, you will have received these Stardust stickles. Love this. Everybody has their favorite stickles. I know that Melissa Phillips' favorite is Crystal. I love Stardust because I just love the fun colors that it makes. So I've already done these ahead of time because it has to dry. So this is one of those cards, if you're going to make it, you're going to want to go ahead and do the stickle part first, let it dry overnight. Otherwise, it will just be very messy. So, okay. So I just wanted you to know that I did do those ahead of time. So what's left in the kit is the Merry Christmas, which we will stamp with our stamp. Again, this is a kit exclusive. This Merry Christmas is a hot foil plate. It's not a stamp, but in this kit you get the stamp, so it's really cool. All right. You get 2 birds. And these birds are from, let me get my little festive birds. So you got a white one in case you didn't want a red one. You can make this any color you'd like. So you would get a white one in case you want to make it a different color than red. In this card, I actually used pure poppy. I used the white bird and just colored it in pure poppy. I love it because I love knowing that it's so close to the color. But obviously, you can make it whatever color you want. So we're going to use the red bird just to make this a little bit quicker. And let me get out. So you get all those snowflakes that I showed you. You will get, and let me open another. You get this piece. It's just a bonus piece. You can use it for whatever you'd like. I just figured since we were cutting out the die, you might as well get that piece in the middle. That's your wreath. This is the cover plate quilted frame. Can you see the little quilting on that? I don't know if you can see that or not. So pretty. You get a white layer, 4 1/4, 5 1/2 white layer, and you get a card base in an envelope. And that comes in every kit. Every kit gets a card base in an envelope, so you can mail it. All right, so I'm going to set those to the side. We're going to work on the base. And let me show you just real quick so you can see all the snowflakes that are in here. I am going to get these out and work on these just to show you what I did with the stickles. So let me grab those really quickly out of this pack. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll show you what I did for the stickles. I did a couple of things. This one and this one I actually used the moon dust glitter gel, and it's a totally different look. I like them both. I'll be honest with you, I love that there are these little gold flecks in this one that actually brings in the gold wreath. I love that. The Stickles Stardust has that as well. It's just smaller. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there are definitely gold flakes in there. They're just smaller. Okay, so we're going to create, just really quickly, this outer rim here, and we're going to use pine feather. You can do whatever you'd like. Again, this is your card to make your way, but there is a way to make it almost exactly like the picture. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with pine feather, and we're just going to go around the edges, like so. And we're going to build this color up. Obviously, we don't have to get in the middle because it's going to be covered up. But this is exactly what I did. And of course, there maybe you want a totally different color scheme. And that is why most things come white in our kits so that you can make them whatever color you would like. I hope some of obviously I must have, oh, hi, somebody, okay, somebody's here. Hi there. Hi, Mississippi. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have the kit, I kind of hope you're crafting along. If you don't, that's fine too. These are available on our website if you're interested in just making this card. I'm going to build it up just a little bit more, and then I'm going to just let it go. This one will be a little bit lighter, just so you don't have to. I would actually build this up to be pretty dark, like I did on the other one. I prefer it pretty dark. And so it just takes a bit to get it to the color that you like. If you have these little swirls here like this, you can do a couple of things. So what I don't like is that I'm wasting a bunch of ink on my piece of paper. So one of the things I like to do is kind of start on If you start on really lightly, you don't get the marks. I don't care about the marks because I know like eventually like the swirls, they will eventually soak into the paper and be great. And if they don't, then it has a very cool watercolor effect, which I like. So if that's something you don't like, then you might waste a little bit of ink starting off the paper and going on. Completely up to you. All right, so we're gonna just cut it off there. I would go a little bit longer to make it a little bit darker, but we're just gonna cut it off. But there you have the bottom layer here. Okay, next layer, and I'm gonna flip this piece of paper over because this green will transfer onto the pale peony that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna turn the piece of paper over and start working on this. Like I said, we're gonna use pale peony. And we're just, again, going to add color. Can't really see it yet, but it'll show up. It's such a pretty color. I love pale peony. One of my favorite pinks. And definitely once you get it, once you glue it down to the green, it really shows up. It's so pretty. Such a pretty combination. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. So I generally do this for all of the Creative Card Club members so they know what they're doing. And I thought, why not do it live? Just in case anybody else wants to come to watch. But it will also show up on the page that every card club has this QR code here. Every project, I should say, has this QR code here, and they scan that and they'll get to this video. So I just thought it would be fun to do it live. It's such a beautiful project. This was definitely not one of my favorite projects. When I always ask people, like, I give them like 4 or 5 projects to choose from, and they chose this one. I was like, oh, it's pretty, but it's not my favorite. And when I started making it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite cards of all time. So, definitely beautiful. And it's more beautiful in person. Sometimes you really can't tell what a project looks like until you see it in person. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with the pink here. And it's Beth Ann. Beth Ann, sorry, I had to get down and look to see who it was. Beth Ann, I love that you joined us. It's so fun. Okay. So now I'm just going to tack this down with glue. This is my handy dandy little bottle that Roxanne, a good friend of mine, Roxanne, gave me. But it's barely arts glue. We put it in this bottle so the tip actually works. While I love this glue, that precision tip seriously drives me crazy. It always gets clogged up. And it makes me crazy. And I do the pin thing, and oh. Okay. So this also adds a little slidey time, so you can get it right where you want it. It's more important for me to establish the top, so the top is here and it's very even, so I'm just going to let it be, because down here there's a lot of stuff going on. People won't notice if this isn't exactly even. Of course, you can use the fancy little edge guides and make it perfect. I am definitely not a perfectionist when it comes to card making. I just like to have fun. So if that's your jam, go for it. All right. So I'm a layerer, and I always start with the bottom layer, go to the next layer. This will be the 3rd layer. I'm going to remove all of this extra stuff. And you can This is our adhesive sheet, so you can absolutely just remove the backer and stick this down. It's probably the easiest thing to do. So let me, pieces are just nicely falling out in some areas, but it would be great to just get the sticky part and stick it down and tack it down. There we go. Perfection. Okay, so then the job is to kind of figure out how you want it to go. We're doing, let's get this piece off here. And there's a couple more pieces that are not coming out. Just bear with me here while I get these pieces out. There we go. And we'll just stick them down over there. All right, now choose, we're gonna do it this way. And I'm just gonna, this is so great because you can just decide where you want it to go and it will stick. Self-adhesive. Perfect. Love it. All right. Now that that is complete, we're going to work on the bird here. Our cute little red bird. So in order to give this bird a little bit of depth, we're going to use Scarlet Jewel. And we're just going to do the belly. So this is definitely, you're just getting the edge, so you're going to take your brush and just start on the paper and lightly go over this edge to just give a little bit of a, just a little bit of color on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it really well on this one. So you might, if you want this dynamic, because you can really tell on this bird that we added that little bit of shadow depth, you can color this with pure poppy. You can use the white bird and color it pure poppy. But this looks pretty good, actually. I hope you guys can see that. And we're going to do the same thing with the wing. Just a little bit of shading. It just goes a little bit faster. If you're in a hurry, it goes a little bit faster. You don't have to do that at all. It really just does add a little bit of realism and a little bit of depth. And of course, we're going to grab your little eye and your beak will be in here. Oh, I just got my pale peony ink and cardstock. I'm so glad. It is beautiful. I agree. This card is definitely gorgeous. This is a design by Leanne West. Just one of my favorites. I love Leanne's. I love all of Leanne's projects. Okay, so we're gonna true black the eye here. Perfect. And now we're going to use Honey Nut for the beak. Of course, use whatever colors you like for these. Certainly the beak doesn't have to be Honey Nut. It could be darker, it could be lighter, it could be black. Just wanted a little bit more variation. Love Honey Nut. I love this color so much. Okay. So let's, if you have your handy dandy gem picker, I'm just going to add the eye. Just dab a little tiny dot of glue right there. It's probably a little bit too much, but we're going to go with it. Stick it right on there. And we'll put the beak right there. Love this gem picker with all my heart. I don't know what I would do without it. Okay. And we'll add the wing. Just a little tad of glue. Is where I'll put the wing. He's got such a cute little decoration. I don't want to cover all of it up. So the wing just like that. And you can see the little imprint there still. Okay, so he's done. He's so cute. I don't know why I always consider birds as he. Obviously, they are not. Okay, we'll just continue using this piece of paper. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take the leaves out of here, and I'll show you how I colored these beautiful leaves. I mean, we are almost finished. So you would have, the night before, you would have glittered up all of your, you would have stickled all of your snowflakes, and you would have done your leaves, and then you would have come back the next day to do the rest of this. So, okay, hopefully you can see here. Okay, there are I did 4 colors to these leaves. Okay, so with these leaves, I have that. I'm going to start with new leaf, and I'm just going to give them a base and try to make them, do not be perfect, do not, make sure they get some, just something. I like, it's a little bit darker in spaces. It's going to make it look more real. So definitely, if you like your leaves to look more real, just glob it on there, because it's going to smooth out. We're going to use 4 colors on these leaves, and they're really beautiful. The new leaf, as the bottom layer, just adds a brightness that you can't get otherwise. It's just very bright, beautiful green color. Okay, there's phase 1. Now we're going to use simply chartreuse, and we're going to add a little bit of yellow to these now. And you can already see it kind of smooths them out. But the places that it's a little bit darker, it just makes it look more real. And more like the color is a little bit more complex. And if you look at a real leaf, that's how they look. I know, the sparkle on the leaves. I love it. I'll put these out here. They're so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Now the next green I'm using is ripe avocado. This is going to just add a little bit of grit. That's when I was doing this, I was like, oh, this makes it look a little bit gritty, which is fabulous. Can you see that? Ripe avocado is such a nice color as well. Love it. A little bit. So you can kind of see the difference between one without it. One, can you see that it adds like a little bit of grit to the leaf? All right. Next. Roxanne, are you here? Hi. Roxanne, I believe, will be coming on Tuesday, and we're going to make one of these cards. I'm not sure. Maybe this one. So pretty. All right. So I love it. And the final color, we are going to go back to our handy dandy pine feather. And this is magical. Are you guys ready? This is magical. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that leaf. Holy mackerel. Oh, makes me so happy. I love this darn pine feather. It makes everything just beautiful. All right. Look at that. Oh, it does make your finger burn though. Look at those leaves. Oh my Lord. All right. Oh, so beautiful. And the last. All right. Gorgeous. Just make sure. I don't think you get to see the stems, but just in case. Okay, so let's grab a new piece of paper. So these leaves are just absolutely stunning. And it's just got a little bit of every color, just beautiful. I can't even tell you, in person they are just stunning. Okay, so now we're gonna make them blingy. Look how pretty this is. Oh, I love it. Okay, so if you did receive the kit, you will have the Stardust stickles, and literally I let these dry. So let me let those dry just a little bit, and I'll do this. This was kind of the hardest one, so I will do this. But you're going to do this with all of the snowflakes if you want everything to be glittery. This is a very fun way to make glitter. Instead of using glitter paper, you can just grab a thing of stickles and just color your entire, I'm not sure exactly how you say that with stickles, but just cover everything with stickles. This is exactly what I did. I had to cut the tip off of the stickles. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this because they weren't, I kept having to use a pin to clear it out. So I just ended up cutting off a little bit of the tip, so it's not as precise, but it's all good. When they dry, stickles have a tendency, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but stickles have a tendency to shrink in. So definitely like on a piece of paper or another craft surface that you can clean off. Paper, I can just throw this piece of paper away. But just make sure you get really good coverage. And this will turn out like this. I love it. How pretty that is. No glitter paper needed. So I think it's really wonderful. All right, so we obviously will need to set this aside. Oops. and let this dry. And I just did the same thing with the leaves. I'm trying to find my garbage can here. Okay. Oh, so pretty. So same thing. Let's cover the whole thing up. A little bit off the paper. Go as much to the edge as you can, maybe a little bit over the edge, so when it dries up, and it dries up a little bit in, you'll still have stickles all the way to the edge of your image here. This little bottle of stickles will probably go for 2 projects that you cover everything in stickles. All right, so I will do those later, and we will get to putting this beautiful card together. All right. Okay, so we have our base. Let's identify where everything goes here. I'm going to grab all of our snowflakes and kind of separate them so I know what I've got here. All right, so I'm going to start up here, and we're going to use this beautiful, we're not going to use that, we're going to use some glue, and I'm just going to put that right there. On top of that goes one of my fun and festive leaves. And I always just kind of glue at the base of things. It's really fun. If you want to make everything a little bit more 3D or whatever, you can pop those leaves up. Let's do that there. You could curl them up to give them a little bit more dimension. So just really fun. All right. This one goes here. You can follow kind of you can use the image on the card packaging. Oh, we don't want that. So you can follow along here. That's kind of what we're doing. Or you can come up with your very own arrangement. It's completely up to you. Just want to make sure this stuff is sticking down here. Okay. The next thing we will place is this beautiful snowflake. These snowflakes and this wreath is from the Forever snowflake frame. It's currently out of stock. We will be getting more in stock. This thing is amazing and can be used at any time of the year. The actual wreath, any time of the year. It's just so beautiful. All right, we're gonna go right about here. What's great about glue is we can just kind of move it around until we like it. That looks good to me. All right, and let's grab this one. Nope, we're gonna grab this and put this one down. Beautiful sparkly leaf. And we'll just go ahead and set it here. And I'll take this one. I'm going to put a touch more glue on here. And put that right about there. Okay. And then we're going to put more leaves down. We've got 2 more leaves, then we put this one on top. Okay. Is Phyllis here? Hi Phyllis, if you're here. Thanks everybody for coming to our little creative card club. I love our creative card club. I will be giving one of these cards to my mother to give to a friend of hers. I love that. We're just going to put that there. Good. All right. I love this snowflake so much. Is everybody finished making their Christmas cards, or do we still have people who have work to do? I did the Christmas in July series, and I have every single card made because of that. Otherwise, I would be doing the snowman, which is now sold out, the cover plate snowman. I would probably be doing that because it's so cute. Okay, so now everything is placed. It looks so beautiful and so sparkly. Look at that, sparkling everywhere. I am going to grab some dimensional foam sheets here, and I'm going to pop my little bird up, and these come in the kit as well. Always put the white side down first because the side with the writing is easier to get off. And I'm going to nest my little bird. I'm going to nest him right here. Oh, so cute! Oh my gosh. I truly never get tired of doing this. It's always so fun, even if I've done it. Okay, so I'm just going to touch this with glue. Roxanne, when you come over, I have to refill our glue bottles because I use them so much. And then we're just going to put that right there. That. How cute is that? All right, and so this did not take that long, and if you're not talking your way through it or whatever, you would probably go even faster than me. And super simple, super fun. Like I said, don't forget you are going to want to definitely sparkle all of your stuff ahead of time. It is so I can't even tell you how beautiful this looks in person. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty that is. It means lots of fun. I have lots to do still. Beth Ann, you have lots to do still? I know. So next year we should probably do a Christmas in July where we do all these projects. We do more card kits like this and we can all make them together. It's always friendlier with more. Okay, so I'm going to do True Black is what I'm doing. You could also use, let's try that. I'm going to use pine feather and just kind of bring in the pine feather that's around the edge on that bottom layer. Let's do that. Let's see where we get with that. This one is True Black, and If you are a misty person, get your misty out. I do not do that with sentiments because it takes me about an hour to line them up, which is so strange. But this makes it so much easier for me for whatever reason. But you run the risk of, as Roxanne so nicely called it, being vintage. So there's my little vintage area on this card. Okay. All right, here we go. I cannot promise this is going to be perfect because it's hard to see it without putting my head in the way. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it down just a little bit more. Hopefully you guys can see this a little bit. So I can try to get it as lined up. This is shockingly easy to line up. I'll be honest with you. This is one of the easier ones. I don't know. It's a little bit more forgiving maybe. Oh, no, I totally messed up the Christmas part. But I will secretly, not terrible, not great, but not terrible. Hey, I've got another one. Let's try this one more time. I got really excited about lining up the C and didn't bother with the rest of it. But I like the green. I like the pine feather. All right. Let me grab this. So if you do this yourself and you don't use a misty like me, what you can do is you can grab a piece of white paper, stamp it on there, and then just fussy cut it out. Or you could use a different sentiment in your stash. Or you could buy the hot foil plate and get that die. It's a die and a hot foil plate. And you can die cut as many of these out as you would like, which is what I will do. Okay, so now let's see if I can't get everything in line here a little bit better. Nope, my C is off. All right. That may not be perfect, but that looks a little bit better. Get even pressure here. Let's see what we got. Ah, perfect. Love it. All right. I love that. That is gorgeous. Okay. I'm going to pop this one up as well. So let me grab my scissors. I'm going to make it a teensy bit skinnier. You guys will get just a small adhesive sheet in your kits. And just a little bit skinnier. To get this white layer off, you just put, if you have a fingernail, you just put a little fingernail under there. It comes right off. Super easy. Okay. And that's all I'm popping it up. The rest of all of the layers will kind of hold it up. So just a couple in the middle. You can, of course, put as much of this on there as you'd like. Just going to put it, I'm going to put it right about there. I think that looks great. Make sure it's straight. I love it. You will have received, if you got the kit, you received these little gems. I love gems. Usually it's super easy just to peel them off and stick them in the centers of here. But today, not so much. This one. And that's that. We need one for here. Let's take this one. Let's see this one. Love it. Love it. That one is not sticking. Okay, well, we're just going to let it just wants to go here. All right, let's get the gem picker. That's its namesake here. And I think what happened was the sticky came off. Okay. It says I do not want to go there. We're not going to fight it. There we go. All right. So that's 4. We have to make sure that we have an odd number. So that's 4, that's 5. I'm going to put this one. Oh my. Okay. I'm abandoning that. This has okay. So sorry about that. That was weird. And we're just going to use this one and put it right there. And we'll put one, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to put one more somewhere else. And maybe I'll put it here. Here we go. I'm going to put one right here. Like so. Maybe a little bit more so it's not an exact line with that. And you can see the little sticky on here. It does not want to move. So we're just going to leave it be. But here we go. I love the pine feather. It looks really pretty and brings all of those colors together. So now we're going to take our base, our card base. Yes, so Beth Ann, is that you? Okay, so go to the main page, Beth Ann, and then there are big, huge sliders on the main page, on the home page. The second slider in, and you can click on the little round buttons that make it move, the slider. I think it's the second one in. It says Creative Card Club. Click on that, and it'll take you to the page. And there's a bunch of Join Now buttons. We'll be changing that, so it'll be easier, but for now, that is the process. Okay, so now we're just going to throw this on here. That's 2 of these. I got 1 more to make of these. And I love it. Easy peasy. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. There you go. And of course, hold it down just a little bit longer. Okay, using my phone, there's a banner at the top of the PO. Okay, yes. If you're on your phone, I'm not sure because I've never accessed that part on my phone. If Phyllis is still around, hey Phyllis, if you have any suggestions, maybe you can check on your phone. I don't know. Or Roxanne, you can help out Beth Ann. Okay, cool. All right. I know Stardust is awesome. I totally agree. You definitely should get the hot foil plate and dye. Roxanne, is that you? Yes, get that because you'll use it all the time. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty font. And like I said, if you did order the kit, you got the stamp too. So now you'll have the die and the stamp and the hot foil. So it's cool. It's great. All right, guys. So we have finished this very beautiful project. One, I like the Pure Poppy Bird. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just a little brighter. And it just makes the whole project brighter. So pretty. But this one is beautiful too. And you could color it with other things to make it more interesting, or you could color it with pure poppy and probably get it a little bit brighter. But, or just use it like that. It's beautiful either way. But there you go. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. It's very fun. And I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow for, some of you already saw this. We're going to do the Peace on Earth. So for this goes on the Card Club page. If you want to join me for the live stream, please do. If not, I will see you on Friday, and we're going to make this amazing card. And this is just a hello card. I love hello cards. They're so fun to send. So we're going to make this one on Friday. All right, guys, thank you so much. I know, it's $20 every other month. It is a steal. It's fantastic, and all the fun extras that you get. It's really fun. They're really fun to put together. They're great. A lot of people say, "Hey, I want to stop my subscription. I have too many cards that I haven't done." And I say, that's awesome, because there's going to be that time when you're like, shoot, I wish I would have had that birthday card that I could put together real quick. So it's definitely such a great way to have cards on hand that don't take tons of time. Yes, you get 2 of the flower card. Oh, that's Roxanne. I cannot tell you how tiny the comments are, so I can hardly read them, but yes, so we'll always give you 2 of the most neutral card. So some people don't celebrate Christmas, so we don't put too many. This is Christmas season, so you got 2 Christmas cards, and then 2 just cards you can give to anybody. Do you guys have any questions whatsoever? Phyllis, thank you for helping out. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care, everybody.